In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the GMB Everywhere Chrome extension to analyze the top ranking competitors in your local market for your industry. By taking a look at what they're doing with their Google Business Profile, we can see how our business is maybe missing some components on our Google Business Profile and how we can basically replicate what they're doing because Google is already rewarding them for this. We know that for sure. So we can copy and maybe even improve upon their efforts. So let me show you how to use this awesome Google Chrome extension. Okay, so as you can see, I have done a Google search for Plumbers Ventura, city in California that I live in. And of course, you've got some Google local service ads that show up first. If you're not running these for your business, I highly recommend them. They are a great supplement to local SEO. So let's move on here. Now, the top three map pack rankings, you see Ben's Plumbing, Gallegos Plumbing, and AAA Paradise Plumbing and Rooter. Okay, and as you can see, all three of these have got quite a few reviews. None of them are lacking in the reviews category. And so if we go down, obviously we can see the organic rankings, the websites, and how they are ranking. Notice that none of these are in the top three. Okay, their websites are not even, well, there we go. AAA Paradise Plumbing. And there's actually one of my clients right there, which isn't bad for organic. So anyways, let's take a look. So first of all, for this Chrome extension, you're going to go to your extensions here, and I already have it downloaded. You can see I have detailed SEO, GatherUp, and GMB Everywhere, all great tools for SEO. But what you're going to do is go to the Chrome Web Store. You are going to search for GMB Everywhere. That's the one right there. And then you're going to install it, right? I already have it installed, so I don't need to do anything. All right, so we're going to close that. I'm going to close that too. And I'll show you a little bit later that I am, in fact, using the paid version. I use this tool every day. I believe it just gives you a few more features and gives you more credits, right? You can run more audits. If you're a business owner, you might not need the paid version like I do. Very important. To use the GMB Everywhere extension, you need to open this search in Maps. It only works within the actual Google Maps platform. So again, we have our sponsored results. So we are going to scroll down and you can actually see the results have changed a little bit. So that's fine. Mr. Rooter Plumbing of Ventura County. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze the categories. We can already see the categories that they are listing. You can see this AAA Paradise only has plumber listed. That's the only one they have. The others have a lot more listed here. So let's take a look. You can use this tool for your own business as well, just to try to find more categories that are applicable to your business. Now, it's given you the numbers of businesses that use this category. You can see plumber, 1.5 million, drainage service, 14.8K. And then you can look at the related categories. All right. Very important to note that if you're a plumber, your primary category should be plumber, right? And I would not advise changing your primary category because it could trigger a re-verification. Now, if you've made a mistake and you've put drainage service or plumber's merchant or something random as your primary category and you need to change that, okay, then go ahead and change it. But don't do it just randomly if you don't need to. So now it's showing me all these related categories and it's showing me how many businesses use those categories. So I would only click on the ones that are relevant. I wouldn't go crazy. There's actually tests that have been done that show like if you have too many categories, it can dilute the rankings for your primary category. All right. But super, super important on your Google Business Profile that you set your primary category, you add any additional categories, and then under those categories, you then put the related services. Okay. So for example, they're giving these examples that are commonly associated for the plumbing category or plumber category. It's giving all of these suggestions, right? I can click into this and view all of these, okay? Which then if I add these, so I can just copy these, I could copy all, I can go into my Google Business Profile and add these. Now, very important that you don't want to just add them and then do nothing. you want to make sure, I'll give you the example here. Okay, so after you add it, you want to go back in and then add a description as well. Okay, give your location and describe the service that you're offering. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, and you can, as you can see, you can go through all of these and see what your not primary, but top ranking competitors are doing as far as their categories go. And I'll show you here on my account. You can see that I'm paying, the yearly membership of 180, and that gives me more credits to run more audits. Okay. And there's all sorts of tools in here you can use. But anyways, let's go back to and analyze some of these businesses. Now you can see some of them only have the one category, right? This one is, they're only listing one. So that shows you that that can work too if you've got enough reviews and other maybe citations and you've got a good website. Maybe that's all they want to be known for. But here is probably my favorite tool on GMB Everywhere is this local scan. I don't know why they kind of hide it in a way, but this tool is going to show you the top 20 businesses in that industry in the local area and basically everything you need to know about them. It's going to show you basically the unique categories that they're using. It's going to show you how many categories the average business is using. 95% of them are plumbers, 35 septic, 30 drainage. So you can see what they're doing and get an idea of how they're ranking and why. Category count distribution. Okay, you can go across here. There's categories, there's services. Plumbing pipe repair is the most popular. Plumbing leak detection, water heater installation, drain cleaning, toilet installation, business ranked. So Elite Router, they're ranked number 3. They have 143 services. Let's see. Mr. Rooter has 57 services. AAA has 29. So pretty wide ranging, actually. You can also look at their reviews. How many reviews? The average is 213. Where they're located, the business hours, the attributes about their business, right? Do they accept credit cards? Do they have on-site services, wheelchair accessible office? And it goes on and on and on. Okay, so this is how powerful this tool is to analyze your local competitors and understand where they are and what they're doing. You can also go to any of these businesses and click for a basic audit, and this will give you basically everything you need to know as far as their reviews, their location, if their website's listed, the different links to everything, including their knowledge panel, which is basically like Google's catalog of businesses. It shows their exact services that they have listed. It shows their exact categories, the attributes, and it goes on. Like there's links for their knowledge panel, their services link, their products, if they have any listed, external directories and maps like Apple, Bing, and then of course, if they're running any ads, Google Search Console information, and more technical stuff about their website. Okay, so super cool tool if you are trying to analyze not just your own business, but your competitors. So we can take a look at all of these categories and services of our competitors and replicate that on our own profile. And then, of course, we're going to be doing a deeper dive on other things like their website, how many directories they're in, how many citations they have, how many backlinks, right? You want to go a little bit deeper, but this is the starting point. So if you're new to local SEO or just a little bit confused about how to go about it, hopefully this tool and this video can help you to have a starting point, to understand what your top ranking competitors are doing, what they're not doing, and maybe how that compares to your business and how perhaps you could catch up or even get ahead of them at some point by replicating what they're doing and doing it a little bit better. But like I said, you are then going to want to analyze their website, their backlinks, their citations. But this tool will get you started on a very solid strategy because, again, we want to rank the Google business profile, not the website per se, because more than 60% of the clicks, the calls, come from the map pack. And that's what local SEO is all about. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. Happy to answer them. Also, click if you would like to schedule a call with me and have me run a full custom video audit for your business and hopefully see if I can help you to rank your business higher in local Google search and help you grow your business.